Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Jeremy Adrian here. Good to see you guys, long time no see. And there's a reason for that. I want to explain everything in detail. The last time you guys saw me do this, which was do a live stream on a weekend, was for the Path of Fire review that I was doing, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. And my internet kept dying on me every 45 minutes or so. So I was just cracking my brain trying to figure out what was going on, and I was this close to ordering a new router and a modem for my ISP and trying to figure out with them too what the problem was, because it wasn't just Guild Wars 2, it was every MMO that I played. In between a couple of intervals, my whole internet would die, run outside and turn off the main switch and turn it back on and see if that would fix things. It didn't. So yeah, I was really scratching my head. I just want to say hi to everybody in chat, Punk and Thurston. Thank you guys for hanging out in there. And really, I really want to apologize to everybody because I've not put out any content. And I feel so crappy about that because I've worked on a bunch of stuff that I can't even upload. Like my upload speed is like 10 MB, but I can't upload it. Every time I try, internet just dies. And then I found out like last weekend that the reason for that was my district of where I was living, which is in Subang Jaya for you Malaysians, they were upgrading the internet systems using this micro optic fiber blah blah, which simply meant that we are going to be the first district or the first township in Malaysia to be having like the fastest internet ever, which is really good news. I just wish they'd friggin' give me a warning or give us residents a warning beforehand that they were doing this so I wouldn't have to go through like a week and a half of grief trying to figure out what the hell was wrong with my internet. I actually tried this, mobile phones, you guys can have like mobile tethering, right, for your hotspots. And I actually tried setting up a hotspot for my desktop to try and upload like a 7 gig video. And then I thought, you know what, that's probably not a good idea. I'm not going to do that. So I just waited it out. And tonight's the test. And so far, so good. I mean, I'm looking at speed test. Everything's fine. There's not a lot of issues going on there. So that's great. I'm gonna jump into game, and yeah, I've been playing a lot of Path of Fire for the review. The review in itself is 99% done in terms of the video editing. The narration, there's a problem with the narration because unfortunately, now that the internet issue is sort of solved, another issue presents itself, which is I am kind of sick, and I'm super sick. I have been diagnosed with this thing called acute sinusitis. You guys can Google that, but it's a real bitch. So basically, I have an infection of my sinus areas, and my throat is inflamed. So I've got a sore throat, and I've got a severe headache on the left side of my head. So there's like a sharp pain behind my eye, and there's like an ache in my top layer of teeth. So I'm living off painkillers and Panadol just to get through the damn day. And what really sucks is that I had to go back and record one part of the narration for Path of Fire because there was. Okay, here's the thing. Path of Fire for Guild Wars 2, for all you guys that are following the Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire review, there's 4 base mounts, and of course now we know there's a 5th hidden mount, which was the Griffin, and I didn't feel. I just felt so incomplete that I actually finished the review without having the Griffin. So I went back and I worked my ass off to get that Griffin mount, and I got it and played around with it a bit more, get a feel for it. And I'm actually rating the mounts in terms of their usefulness, out of the 5. Which one would I use more? Which one's the most useful in that sense? So that part of the narration I can't record yet because my voice right now is kind of shitty, and I can't speak for like long periods because I don't want to swallow, because swallowing is really painful right now. So I'm in this real shithole of a situation where I'm waiting for myself to get better before I can actually start putting out content. And for long live streams, I don't even know if my voice is gonna hold up, but I'm trying to minimize the amount of swallowing I'm doing per minute, so it doesn't hurt as much. So yeah, I'm terribly sorry for the lack of content, you guys, but I will get better. Just give me time, just bear with me, and you guys will see this review and the Neverwinter leveling streams as well, because that's supposed to happen. I was supposed to be done with it this month. I just don't know how that's possible until I'm better. Punk says, how's it spelled? Sinusitis. Sinusitis. You just add the acute in the front. So that's what it is. Acute sinusitis. And there's like a whole bunch of other symptoms and nonsense that I looked up that just sounds so foreign to me because I'm not a medical person. And I'm afraid to go to the doctors and get a CAT scan because it's going to show where exactly, if there's like air pockets in my sinus areas or if there's like mucus built up and whatever. Then I don't know what the procedure is, but I'm afraid of operations, and that's my last resort. If it doesn't get better in like 2 weeks, then I probably will not have a choice but to go and get a CAT scan and see what that's all about. But hopefully, yeah, it's not super critical or it's not fatal or anything. It's just a real annoyance, and it's just something I got to deal with for now. Right, sickness aside, Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire, complete. I'm done with it. I've actually gone through the entire expansion on my main character, Happalime here, and also another character that I'm bringing through. And I've seen just about all the content that the expansion has to offer in terms of the stories, the tasks, which are just basically all the heart quests in the zones. Heart quests are back, for those of you that do not know. Well, they're tasks essentially, and the main difference between your core Guild Wars 2 ones and the ones in Path of Fire is that the Path of Fire ones are completely repeatable. I'm just checking chat here. I'm not sure what's happening. Nightbot says, heavy rain, time to redecorate. In brain matter gray, stop posting links. Is that Nightbot? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Sorry, heavy rain. Didn't even see you in chat, but I'm gonna turn off Nightbot real quick because it's being a little rude to you guys. So, yeah, Nightbot's no longer gonna be an issue. Heavy rain. So say what you want to say. Yeah, I've been away for so long that I haven't actually done any channel maintenance like I was supposed to. Rework the entire Nightbot stuff. Haven't really gotten around to it, which really sucks because my headache gets worse when I stare at the computer. And what really sucks is that for a guy like me who's like a freelance writer, I write for my daily job and I also make YouTube videos, as you guys know. I can't really stare at the computer screen for more than 2 hours a day maximum, or my headache accentuates to a level where I just need to, take a couple of pills and just go to sleep for the rest of the day. So I have to like space out the amount of computer time that I actually use, which absolutely sucks. Because without working on the computer, without being in a computer, my life is so empty. Burak says, have you tried any different MMO? Hi, Burak, by the way. It says, have you tried any different MMO game recently other than Guild Wars 2, which I'm playing right now? There was one. I was given an invitation key to a Asian MMO. Oh no, I can't remember the name right now, but it's on Steam, and I did check it out for a while. But the problem with Asian MMOs is I can never really stick to it. So I just played that for like a couple of minutes, and then I gave up because it's not really my thing. But there, of course, I'm not saying that about Asian MMOs in general. Centurion Silas is now following me on Twitch. Thank you, Centurion Silas. Appreciate that. I apologize because I'm not very active on Twitch lately with my current situation. But I will be streaming back on both YouTube and Twitch when I'm feeling better. And that will be for the Neverwinter stuff. So yeah, Burak, back to your question. Not a whole lot. I did go back to Wild West Online when they had their second closed beta. I think it was like 2 weeks past. Just to have some fun there. But no, I've been playing Neverwinter a little bit just to keep myself in the loop, because once I started the review stream, what happens if I don't play the MMO I'm reviewing for like a week or so, the problem is I you know, I tend to forget my rotations, and I tend to forget important pointers and stuff that I'm working on, or I'm trying to remember for the review. So I do jump into like Neverwinter, but I haven't really since I fell sick. So, oh well. But yeah, I mean, for now, you guys are just watching me do Guild Wars 2 all the time because that's leading up to the review. And I even had to put a hold on Lotro, Lord of the Rings Online. I'm not even done with the Mordor thing yet. So yeah, there's a lot of things, a lot of loose ends that I want to tie up after I'm feeling 100%. And now that I know my internet's great. Heavy Rain says, dude, did you watch the Red Dead Redemption 2, the trailer? No, I missed it because I was sick. I've missed a lot of things. But I think it's really interesting, don't you think, that, you know, Wild West Online comes out, and then I remember reading this one article that was comparing Wild West Online to Red Dead Redemption 2, and then like a couple of days later, the Red Dead 2 Redemption trailer thing comes out. I'm like, wow, that's great. I really, really like it. That will be fun, honestly. I just hope it's out for the PC. I can't remember if Rockstar will do that or not, but it should be out for the PC. In fact, what Rockstar needs to do is to bring Red Dead Redemption to the PC first, while we're waiting for, you know, Redemption 2 next year or whatever. Right, so what am I doing here? Yeah, alright, I was just gonna go through some of the maps here. Domain of Vabi, I'm pretty much done with this. Right now, what I'm currently doing, now that the review is over, it's just that you guys haven't really seen it yet, because I can't upload it, because I haven't finished for like Rico, who just joined in late. In case you missed the start, Rico, I've been sick. I'm having terrible sinus problems right now. My voice is not what it used to be, so I'm waiting for it to get better before I start recording the narration for my videos again. And then the Path of Fire review will come out, and then I can go and jump back to those games that I need to, you know, touch up on. Burak says, I haven't bought Mordor yet, still waiting for the Lotro store release. Yeah, that's December, ain't it? So you have a few months, and Halloween is coming too, and I am excited because there's a lot of MMOs that do have great Halloween events. Like for Lotro, for example, you know, the Haunted Burrow is one of my favorite things. I always go back there and do the festival and see if there's any new mounts or cosmetics, because as you guys know, I'm a sucker for cosmetic mounts and items, and I'll go back and see what's up. But also on the Secret World / Secret World Legends, I'm really hoping they would add a new storyline. Ouch, that fucking hurts. Swallowing really, really hurts. But Secret World Legends, basically the Secret World, their Halloween events are super awesome because of, you know, how they write their stories and the setting of the world. I mean, it just fits for a Halloween theme. So I'm really hoping that this year they would write a brand new storyline for that, because that's the only reason why I would come back. If it's the same Halloween event from like a year ago or 2 years ago, then it'll be disappointing, really. So yes, back to Guild Wars 2. I'm completing map completions. I believe I've already completed Crystal Desert. That's full 100%. I'm just trying to 100% all the zones. And it's been really fun trying to get 100% map completion in the new zones because of the various different types of mounts that you get. And then there'll be some like puzzle clues leading to vistas and stuff that requires a combination of maybe the Springer, which is the jumping one, and a bit of the Jackal, which is the sand portal one, which is really, really cool. My review, I promise you, I will show you the ins and outs of everything, man. It's just, I mean, I could give you guys like a rundown here, but it's not going to be as effective. But I should probably just get on my Griffin. This is the mount that everybody's talking about, because it's Guild Wars 2's first ever gliding mount, and it was a secret on the week of release. Nobody knew it was there except, of course, the devs and whoever else that was very involved in the beta or whatever, but I had no freaking idea, man. And then I saw it for the first time, and oh, hold up, we have a champion fight here. I'm just gonna jump in, and this is not a bounty, is it? No. I'm pretty much gonna die here, I think. I've also been playing a lot with my new elite specialization. Like the first 2 reviews that I was doing, you know, I said it was a little bit hard to understand, but I've been using it a lot now. The Firebrand, and my goodness, the things I can do with the Guardian in a Firebrand spec now is unbelievable, especially in PvP. I mean, survivability, buffs, boosts, heals. And if you build for, you know, condition damage, I think you're going to be missing out, because you're probably only going to use the S2 here, which is the burn Tome of Justice, I think it's called. Yeah, the Tome of Justice, which is just burn, 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 burn. But I've been following like a build that I found on the forums that makes use of Celestial type builds. And for those of you who don't play Guild Wars 2, Celestial builds pretty much just a borderline consistent stat of everything across the board. So for instance, I may have something here. Yeah, so that's an example of a Celestial build. You have all the stats in one item, 57, 57, blah, blah, blah. So you're getting every stat as compared to like a normal, oh, that's Celestial as well. That's Celestial as well. That's Celestial as well. Okay, so I'm pretty much in almost full Celestial gear. Yeah, so that's an example of something that's not Celestial. You just get 1 or 2 different stats. But for the Firebrand, I personally find that, you know, having Celestial is great, especially because I've been PvPing a lot more in between, you know, the expansion and stuff. Alright, checking in on chat here. Heavy Rain says Secret World Legends, Orochi Tower, and Halloween. Is that coming out? Do you know, Heavy Rain, do you know what the Halloween event's going to be for Secret World Legends this year? I haven't really kept up with it, even though I am on their Discord, so... But all the notifications I ever seem to get is just Andy Bandit, who's the CM, just telling me that the servers are back up online or the servers are back down. Heavy Rain, Rico says, Star Wars: The Old Republic recycles events like economy toilet paper. Oh man, I can't laugh too. Laughing hurts because my head has to shake. Yeah, you know, wearing the cap and wearing the earphones when you have that headache, the headache is really hard because it's, yeah. Streaming tonight was a bad idea, but it's fun doing this. I really miss this. This is fun. You know, talking to you guys in chat and just playing the game. This is awesome. It feels good to be back. I'm not exactly back, but I'll be doing this a lot more when I'm better. Punk says, I prefer flying T-Rex. Are you talking about Mount? Or the Velociraptor? Yeah, Velociraptor, look, I'll tell you one thing for sure. The Velociraptor is, at this point in time, the most popular mount in Guild Wars 2, both in Path of Fire and in the vanilla content, simply because of that. The amount of ground you can cover, flat ground, I have to make that very, very clear. If there's like bumps or rocks in between, you're not getting far. But in a flat ground instance, the amount you can cover just by doing that little skill is super handy. And the thing is, the Raptor is the first mount that you're gonna get when you play the expansion. So almost everybody has one. And when you go back and you do like really desolate areas in the core game, like I'm thinking of areas like I want to say Ascalon, the Ascalon area, or even Mount Maelstrom, where there's lots of empty ground and whatever. Just it's great. It's actually faster than the Griffin if you're trying to fly. The only thing that makes this bad boy, this Griffin, really awesome is that when you take off from a high place, let me just get up high somewhere. Let's get up to that dome over there and I'll show you guys what this bad boy can do. So like all these pesky things, you'd think you'd need the Springer to jump, which is the rabbit one, to jump up. All you gotta do is just, you know, fly once, just use your jumping skill, and voila, you're done. Most of the other mounts, like the Raptors, can't really jump. The Jackal can't really jump. So now, should I get up even higher? Yeah, let's go up even higher. Okay, I think this is sufficient enough to show what this speed can do. So when you fully tier up the Griffin, And let's look at his masteries here. So under the Griffin, aerial finesse, that's the one I was trying to get for the review. So basically you take off, and now you're flying, you hit V, so you're speed diving, and then when you hit, yeah, so that's basically the max speed that you can get to when you take off from a high place. But unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of space in between. But there's this one video of somebody doing it in somewhere like Verdant Brink. Actually, you know what? Shit, let's go to Verdant Brink, because that's like the best place to do that. I'm just gonna recreate that guy's video because it's awesome. Alright, checking in chat. Heavy Rain says, yes, I know. Punk says, I just prefer the looks. And Heavy Rain says, we miss your love. What do you mean you miss your... miss my love? Appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I miss my love too. Yeah, but really, I miss you guys. Wow, you guys are awesome. That's quality armor. All right. Thank you so much. So this is gonna be fun. So I think I'm at a high enough place where I can show off the gliding. Let's just do it. Let's get on the Griffin here. So the thing about the Heart of Thorns maps, like Verdant Brink and everything, you open your map, you'll see there's layers. And again, I'm going to be talking about this a lot in my review of Path of Fire, which I really wanted to be out this weekend. Fortunately, I just couldn't record the voice for it. So it should be out next weekend. I hope it'll be out next weekend or midweek. The problem with midweek is, you know, I'm also a little business minded, so if I want the most amount of people to watch the review and I put it out, it's got to be weekend. So the thing about the Heart of Thorns maps is that you have layers. 1 for the basement layer, 2 and 3, and you know, without mounts. Remember, this came out when mounts was not around, so it was a pain to navigate. You just had to rely on jumping puzzles to get all the way to the top, and then get your gliding masteries up high so you could use all the wind stuff to glide around. And now with bounce you don't have to do that. So keeping that in mind, let's go ahead and jump and dive down and glide. That's awesome. So you can just pretty much just zoom around the map in a very fast speed. Oh, dead end. Yeah, pretty much. I hit a dead end. That's really awesome. I wonder if the Griffin can actually make use of the wind pools here. No, they cannot. How low can you go? That's great. The thing is, there's not a lot of places in the Path of Fire maps that... Oh, there's a strongbox there. That you could do this with. Because unlike Heart of Thorns areas, you know, it's not exactly that... You don't actually get places like Verdant Brink. So that's what the Griffin can do in the older maps. So in terms of the all-around mount, I would prefer the Griffin. And for those that do not play Guild Wars 2, this mount, the Griffin, costs 250 gold. I'm not making that up. The reason why you'll see some people have it and some people don't, unlike all the other mounts, is because it's bloody expensive, man. I sold a lot of things in my bank to buy that mount. Getting to your chat here, Punk says, sorry if laughing hurts. Don't worry about it, man. Laughing, I'll be honest to God here, I feel miserable. I really do. Me being sick and not being able to do what I love and to spend time playing games absolutely sucks. So, you know, just laughing helps. I feel good laughing, so who cares if it hurts? Thurston says, as a beginner player, how long would it take to get to Path of Fire from a low level? Not long at all, man. If you actually buy Path of Fire, I believe you, as long as you're 80, I think you can start right away. So basically, and what's great is that when you buy the Path of Fire, I think they'll give you a level 80 boost, so you can straight away start the Path of Fire story, Thurston, if you don't want to do the vanilla stuff. And there's something I want to talk about too, because what I've got a friend who you know, got into Path of Fire, played Path of Fire first, and then retro went back and did all the stuff after. So it's not like if you use the level boost, you can't go back and do the old stuff. No, that's not it. You can start the Path to Fire story, pretty much just go to your story. You'll see it right here, and then you can just start the chapter. But everything back there, your own story, you can do that later on. You can just pause what you're doing and go back and start that and whatever. So you can even replay the episodes. So that's a cool feature about Guild Wars 2 story, that you can replay everything that you own. The season, the Living World seasons, those are separate purchases in the store, unfortunately. But they do have to make money somewhere. But when they do come out, so let's say Living World Season Story 4 is going to be the new thing. As long as you log in when the first chapter comes out, it'll be added to your account for free. So content in itself is free, which is awesome, right? Because you don't freaking pay a subscription to play Guild Wars 2. You just buy the game and have fun. Lil Insane MD says you can also mount up in mid-air. Yes, good point. Thank you. So just to demonstrate that, so I'm gonna jump, and I'm falling, and I hit my mount key, and there you go. So the Griffin also doubles up as like a saving type mount. So if I dismount now, can I dismount? No, I can't dismount midair. But if you get like punted over, or you accidentally step off a cliff, which I don't know how often that happens with people, you can immediately either hit your key. So this little thing here is where you basically switch what your basic mount is. And the default key to summon your mount is going to be X. So for example, Griffin, you get the X. But if you go into the options here and you look under your control options and all the way down, you'll see one for mounts. So you have all your brand new mounts. Excuse me. You'll have all your brand new mounts listed here, and then you can just add your own individual keybind to summon them whenever. And then your abilities are VNC, which actually it doesn't really tell you. For example, you've got your number 2. This is your engage ability, so it's not your VNC ability. Different mounts, different stuff, basically. Oh look, Rich Mithril Vein. Awesome. Alright, next up, Jorsey Gale. Hey Jorsey. Jorsey says, yeah, and which server you playing? Average ping for Southeast Asian server. I am actually on Isle of Yant there. It's a small, one of the medium small servers, but yeah, I'm on the Isle of Yant there, and my average ping for being in Southeast Asia is roughly 269. I mean, it really depends. Some days it's 230, it's great. Some days it can go up to like 290, but I've never really lagged out as much. Maybe back in March when I was doing the leveling streams for the 10 reasons to play Guild Wars 2 review, yeah, I was like lagging a lot, and I bought some VPN credits from Mudfish just to make it go down to like 210. But so far my average, you can see at the bottom here, 247, 261 is the average. It's not really affecting me. If you're talking about PvP and guild and world versus world, then yeah, it's a completely different story. If it's a full-on 70 versus 70 versus 70, and there's like a queue for all the different world v world maps, then yeah, there's gonna be issues there. Okay, let's go back to Path of Fire maps. Rico says Bath of Fire. Tristan says, okay, thanks for that. No problem, Thurston. If you're ever on, feel free to add me, and I will happy to hang out and play some stuff. And yeah. Punk says, lol, Bath of Fire, rest in peace. Speaking of which, because in this this particular expansion revolves around the story of Balthazar, who's the god of war, the god of fire, blah blah blah. So there's a lot of fire themed stuff going on. So I recently got an outfit which is based off the fiery god. They've got fiery god weapons and stuff with the skins. So I'm using almost everything that has like fire. That has like fire theme stuff to it. I'm just a sucker for awesome cosmetics, man, and this one's good. So I've got fire coming out of me everywhere, and even the store right now, there's a lot of fire god stuff coming out. We got Jay Fairclough in chat. Hey mate, long time no see. In case you missed the start, it's a long update. Internet is fixed, but I am sick as hell, which explains why I haven't really done a lot. So, but yeah, all the details is in the beginning of the stream. So, but good to see you, Jay. Long time no see, buddy. All right, my left eye is now starting to get that feeling of you never get the feeling where there's like something poking your eyeball from the inside of your head. That's what I'm kind of feeling right now. The entire left side of my face is aching, the right one's fine. What a weird sickness this is. Where was it? Yeah, so all this stuff, the Flame Kiss stuff, I guess this month is just a month of, you know, enjoying flame stuff. I mean, that one's wicked because it just looks awesome. That's the light armor skin. The medium armor skin's a little weird because I can't really see the face. And then the heavy skin is just, yeah, I'm never gonna wear that. Anyway. Righto, so Elon Riverlands 100%, Crystal Oasis 100%, Desert Highlands 100%, so that leaves me with the Desolation. And for those that are playing Guild Wars 2 or thinking about jumping in, why map completion is awesome is because once you 100% complete a map, you will get a reward. Sometimes they are nice stuff, like a Black Lion key, chest key, which is basically your RNG chest key. And they're giving it to you for free, otherwise it costs about 200 gems to buy from the store. So you get one for free and then you can open your chest and get some cool stuff if that's your thing. If you hate RNG boxes, feel free to stay away. Just checking in a chat here. Jay says, you have no friends here at the pond. Jay says, I was going to tweet you the other day, Jerome, when the next stream was going to be. Yeah, I mean, after tonight, now that I know that the internet's working good and all, because there's been an upgrade in my area, so apparently I'm supposed to be having real fast internet now, so that's a good thing. I'm hoping as soon as I get better, Jay, I want to carry on the Neverwinter streams. I want to put out a couple of reviews that I was working on, including the Path of Fire one. So I give her this weekend. I'm gonna give it a time limit this weekend. Like, I just hope I feel better in about a week's time, because if I don't, then I just don't know when I can actually start, you know, doing this for longer. How long have I been at it now? Half an hour. It's been half an hour and I already feel like crap. Jay says, wait. Are you guys talking about the new Battlefront? Pog says, my eyes so bloodshot. I swear that Battlefront game gives me low-key epilepsy. That's right. Isn't the beta for Battlefront on? Isn't it on right now? Shit, I should actually download that, and we can actually play that right now. Let me just see, how do I get in? Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta. Damn it, I forgot about it. It started 2 days ago. Yeah, my sister was telling me about it yesterday or today. I can't remember. It's an Origin, right? Yeah, shit, I got Origin, but I don't think I can download it in time. Well, that sucks. I should have thought of that. Then again, this was a test. Excuse me. This was a test stream and just a little update chit chat. So, not really much to say on there. So let's also, I was going on about the mounts, and I was talking about the Griffin and this. So in essence, my Path to Fire review cost me 250 gold, ladies and gentlemen, because I was actually done. I was telling everybody in the stream earlier, I was actually done with the review. I was, and I was going to record it, and then the whole Griffin thing came out, and I was like, yo, damn, I've got this entire section review where I was rating the mounts based on how useful they were, and my favorite, most useful mount to the least useful mount. And then I was like, but I don't have the Griffin. I can't review a game if I don't. I mean, I can't fully review it if I don't have it. So yeah, I went and did the scavenger hunt and paid the freaking 250 gold. And just for context, like the average goal a person will have is between about 30 and 70 to 100 gold in this game if you do not craft. If you're a crafter, you'll obviously going to be spending more money because the materials in this game, especially the rare tiers onwards, is going to cost a lot of money, especially when you start crafting like ascended stuff. A lot of stuff will be money sinks, and you know that's just where all your money goes. So not a lot of people have like even 100 gold lying around. So that was like a real challenge to get the damn 250 gold just to buy this Griffin mount, whereas everything else was cheap. The This one was 25 gold. This was the Jackal, and I thought that, oh wow, this one was super expensive and super cool. This is my favorite looking mount so far, the Jackal, because it's the closest thing to a direwolf, and I actually say that exact line in my review, so that's a little snippet that's coming out. And it's got all the fiery runes that you can dye, which sort of like matches my armor, which is really cool. And one of the unique things about this guy is like if you're heading straight into a road where there's enemies, you can just use the ability to just bypass them, and that is awesome. That's really, really cool. Of course, that's not the only thing you can do. That right there is a sand portal, which means only jackals can pass through it. Other mounts can't do it. So let's get on a raptor, for example, and let's try and get in there. And you can't. So when you first got to this region, you're like, what the hell was that for? And then you get on the jackal, and voila. So the sand portals are a really unique thing, created especially for the jackal. Oh, we got trouble. Let's get out of there. So that's one of the coolest features about this jackal mount. My issue with it is that it is primarily useful in Path to Fire regions. When you go back to Corteria, there really isn't sand portals around, you know, Kryda or Maguma or any of those reasons to make this a mount that you take out. I mean, its base movement speed is not... It's decent. I mean, it's better than the Springer, at least, but it's not going to be as fast as the Raptor. So, outside of Path of Fire, this mount's usability is pretty low, even though it is the sickest looking mount, in my opinion. I would pick, in terms of what I would ride permanently, is this one. What are you guys talking about? I paid £20 for the full year and I got Battlefield 1 for free. Battlefield 1 for free, Jay says. Origin Access, huh? Jay says GRM Battlefront 2 is awesome, but that Origin Access for £20 for the full year and get 75 plus games free is so worth it. Origin Access, when it first came out, I don't know, I was thinking about it, but the problem was I'd already purchased a lot of the EA games by then, because at the time, I think it was last year, or August last year, EA Access was kind of new, so they didn't really have a lot of games stockpiled in their library for being an Access member, and plus all the games that I wanted to play from EA. Alright, my throat's really getting dry here. Is like the Dragon Age stuff and Mass Effect, and I already bought all those games, so they were already in my library, plus all the FIFA 16, 17, blah blah. So I didn't really find a reason to subscribe to it. But maybe, just maybe. I mean, you know how it is, Jay. I mean, I primarily cover MMORPGs now. I don't even have the time to, like, you know, enjoy single player games again. So maybe one day when I retire, I will. Oh God, Rico says Darude send portal. Oh no. That's so funny. That also reminds me to like the Lord of the Rings Online 10 Reasons to Play. I remember somebody was asking me what the soundtrack was in the comments, and somebody, you know, did the thing, Darude Sandstorm, and I thought, wow, I've seen that everywhere, but to find one on my own video, that's crazy. But yes, Battlefield 1, what am I talking about? Star Wars Battlefront 2. I probably will try and download it and try it out tomorrow. I don't know, tomorrow morning, if I only have like a few hours to play. I mean, it's gonna be Sunday night tomorrow morning, which is Monday morning for me, so I may still be able to get like an hour or so in. So that's pretty cool for the this Jackal Mount. You just saw I just crossed a long distance there with that sand portal. But again, outside of Path of Fire, outside the new regions, this mount is useless. Sorry, and people might disagree with me, but it is. And then we have this thing. This one's the what is this thing called? Skimmer? No. Yeah, skimmer. Skimmer. Yeah, this thing. This thing is just. It's one of it's. I said that mounts are super easy to control. On land, this is like a sea mount. It's primarily made for water and sand, especially stuff like okay, I'm not sure if I'm gonna survive this here. It's a long jump, but stuff like that yellow sand thing. Oh, I did, right. So if I were to get down there on my feet, I don't know if I'll take damage. Let's try. No. But there are areas in Path of Fire where there's like quicksand, which damages you and kills you, and just places that you cannot pass that requires the skimmer. So I can see the usefulness for that. So, but I really wasn't feeling this mount. It just, out of all the other mounts, to me it was the one that I sort of liked the least, And then when I went back to core areas where there's a lot of water, let's do ore. Let's do Straits of Devastation. Where are you? Right, let's go back to Straits of Devastation. Let's go here. So because Path of Fire is such a deserty area, you'll be using all the other ground mounts the most: Raptor, Jackal, Griffin, if you have one, that is. But the skimmer, there's the problem with why it's being important is because it appears in the story. You can't there's one chapter where you absolutely need these mounts too, so they become important parts of the story. I'm gonna use my Griffin to get to the ocean here, just fly above all these other crappy things. I haven't been back here in a while. Am I even heading the right way? Yes, I am. So yeah, then of course there's the issue. You can go to like the Guild Wars 2 forums and look up flying mount, and you'll see that people are actually bitching about the Griffin because they're comparing it to like flying mounts in WoW, and it's not even a flying mount. It's not flying. I just don't get it. Right. So the skimmer in base regions is awesome because of its ability to travel faster over water. So this is the speed that you can go over maps that has a lot of water density, like Straits of Devastation, where you got events in water, you got all kinds of stuff happening across the channel, and that's your base mount speed on water. So if I were to get off the mount and swim, that's the speed I'm looking at. So if you don't have like waypoints unlocked or anything, and because mounts are account wide, when you get a new character here, it just makes things super convenient, super awesome. And that's why like I initially had the Jackal higher than the skimmer in terms of how useful the damn thing is. It's actually overtaken the Jackal now, just because of how fast it is over water. So that's cool. Alright, so I guess I've shared enough about, what the mount section of my PF review is going to be like. Okay, I just struck a lot of nerves in chat right now. Jay says, F wow. Heavy Rain says, wow sucks. Well, you guys really have issues with World of Warcraft. I mean, the point I was trying to make there about the flying mounts was that people just didn't want Guild Wars 2 to have a mount that would totally alienate large portions of the player base from exploring the maps and getting the full enjoyment of, going through the events happening on the ground and looking at all the different types of content that Guild Wars 2 maps usually have, and there's a lot of it. Meta events, you know, hero points, champion, world boss fights. So people were worried that the flying mount, which again, it's not a flying mount, it's just because it was so new at the time. People don't even know what it was and what it is and what it can do, but it's not. So it's just useful. The Griffin's a useful mount, but you can't go airborne all the time. You can't take off. I mean, you're gliding. It's essentially a gliding mount. If you're taking off from a high area, then yeah, you have an advantage. But again, there's a specific reason why you'd want to do that. There's absolutely no reason, you know, for players to miss events and stuff at the bottom. So I wouldn't worry about it for all those people that don't like the idea of a mount that can be airborne. And that's just my 2 cents on it. Throat's really killing me. Rico says Guild Warcraft. That's actually a fun name. I may have seen that somewhere here. All right. Anyway, I think I'm gonna conclude this test. This test works, so I'm happy about that. And hey, really good to see you guys in chat. All of you. Thank you for, you know, hanging out. Even though I mentioned it's a test stream, a few of you came, and I really appreciate that. You know, being as sick as I am, suffering from acute sinusitis, which really sucks, which means my left side of the head hurts. I can't swallow because it hurts. Everything hurts right now. This really made me feel great. I feels good to see all of you guys, and you know, have you guys in chat, and just know that I am making an effort to get better, because I miss my channel. I miss everything about being on YouTube and putting out consistent videos and reading your comments and making reviews and, you know, interacting with you guys. I want that back, so I will take care of myself. I will get better, I promise. Hopefully this weekend you should see me back. Yeah, Path of Fire review should be out by then, and we'll carry on the Neverwinter uninstalled stream, as Jay and Punk loves to call it. So Jay says, love us, don't leave us. I love you guys. I would never leave you guys. Even when I'm sick and dying, I'm still creating test streams to update you guys on the current situation. That's hardly leaving, don't you think? But no, I'll be around. I'm still on the Discord, you guys. So, but again, I try and space out the amount of time I spend on the computer, because staring at the screen too long just really makes my headache worse. So I'm just trying to, yeah, find a way how to. And if it doesn't get better by next Friday, then yeah, I will go get a CAT scan and, you know, go and see a professional and see what's up. But until then, thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Thurston says, glad to see you back. Get well soon. Thank you, Thurston. Appreciate that. Rico says, Arts and Warcrafts. That could be a cool shop name. Arts and Warcraft. Selling like Warcraft memorabilia. Merch, really. But of course, I think Blizzard might sue us if we take that name. Love us, love the red cap. Yes, I love you guys. I've said it many times. I love you guys. So thank you guys for hanging out. It's a test stream. Punk says he stole the red cap. No, it was a gift. What are you talking about? Shrek is love? That was the most randomest thing in chat that I've seen today. Shrek is love. I'll be very honest with you guys. I haven't watched Shrek the movie. I know it's not my thing. Big green orc. Wait, it's not an orc. He's an ogre, right? Yeah, whatever. I've never watched Shrek. Punk says, all I've had is a sweaty white lotus cap. Sweaty white cap. Lotus cap. Lotus cap, is that like a brand? I don't know. Or is it lotus shape? Lotus shape cap? Never mind. It's probably my medicine talking right now. So I'm gonna go lie down or go to bed and take some more painkillers and get better. In the meantime, hey, play some games, enjoy your weekend, watch some TV, do whatever it is, or you can watch my old reviews and stuff. I'll be back soon. Isabel says, even though you're sick and miserable, I still enjoy listening to your voice while I work. It's really nice background thing to have. That's the nicest thing I've ever, if someone's ever said about my sick voice. Thank you, Isabel. That means a lot to me. Unfortunately, it's not gonna stay this way for long. Hopefully, it'll get back to my old voice or else the reviews are gonna be so much more mellow and slower now, and I've got to like articulate my points really slowly. Yeah, hopefully it'll get better. All right, guys, I'm gonna go and hit the bed, and I will see you guys hopefully soon. Hey, if you guys want to tweet at me, like I just completely missed the Battlefront 2 game, whatever, tweet me. You guys have anything to like remind me or any news or whatever, get in touch with me on social media and stay in touch there because if I can't be on the computer, at least I'm on my phone and I can check stuff there while I'm getting better. So that concludes this test stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate it. As ever, I'm Adrian, and I thank you guys for watching. Later, you guys.